So good morning, September the 18th, 2014. This is CISG113, Section 1, Information Security and Privacy. This is the second class into the fourth week of the semester. So let's get started. Good morning, welcome back. Good morning. This is CISG113, Section 1, Information Security and Privacy. Here we go. We're still in week number 4. All right. So let me turn this off first. So you remember, this week is the last week of the first learning contract. The first week of the learning contract, it's better say the first learning contract covering the first 4 weeks of the semester is characterized by inquiry-based learning, IBL. And you have to complete the artifacts for the first learning contract by the end of this week. Okay, this is week number 4. So as of Monday, we have introduced to you the key themes for this week common module number 4. So it's information literacy and competency. So you know something about the discover method for information literacy. Now this is day number 8. We would like to see if we could put yourself in the positions of completing your research assignment. Well, practically speaking, your learning contract number 1 is also your research assignment. So what are you going to do with your knowledge on information literacy? So please get ready, okay? So you're going to watch a continuation of the video as of last Monday, but in a much more situated manner, okay? So let's get started with starting your research assignment and see what you can learn from this. And remember, we are going to have the question following up in the social discussion forum for this week. So let's get started first.
Hey there. Welcome to the Mercy College Library's Information Literacy Module Series. In this module, you will learn the basics about acquiring the information literacy skills needed to deal with the research papers and assignments that will be a big part of your academic career here at Mercy, regardless of your major. First off, what is this information literacy business? Glad you asked. Information literacy is the ability to recognize, locate, use, and attribute valid and credible information sources, including books, journals, magazine and newspaper articles, and an ever-growing variety of multimedia sources. In this module, you will learn the importance of understanding your assignment, choosing a topic that fits the assignment, narrowing or expanding your topic, creating a topic sentence, and determining what kind and how much information you will need. Research assignments can vary depending upon your class and your professor. Let's say you've been assigned a 4 to 6 page research paper requiring 2 outside sources using either the APA or MLA citation styles. What does that mean? Well, it's like this. A research paper or project usually means you need to construct an argument or take a position, make a case for your chosen topic. To support your argument, you'll need to find and use outside sources of information. An outside source is any information that is not included in your course text or class readings. When searching for information to support your argument, it is very important that you select what we call authoritative sources, sources that have credibility and validity. This is where things can get tricky because there is so much information available to you these days, especially on the internet. it's becoming more and more difficult to determine not only what is credible and what is bogus, but even where to start. Not knowing where to go or what to do can become very frustrating very fast, leading to that dreaded modern malady known as information overload and you don't want to go there. Let your librarians help you. Before going,
we're experiencing some bandwidth problem now. It's okay, because my computer is not...
any further into this, it's very important you understand the assignment and what your professor expects of you. If you are uncertain or unclear on any part of what's expected here, including how much time you have, get with your prof before pushing on, okay? All right, so I've got this 4 to 6 page paper to deal with. Where to even start with this beast? A couple of points to consider when getting started. Always try to choose a topic that interests you. Whenever possible, choose a topic that is related to your major. For the purposes of this example, let's say you have chosen the topic of bullying for your paper.
What are you looking at, butthead?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That guy. Okay, we've got to start. We've also got a big and broad topic. What to do? First, let's break it down. Brainstorm ideas on the topic. Throw some ideas down. Don't worry about whether they're good, bad, right, wrong, useful or not, completely ridiculous. Just throw down some thoughts that come to you when you think of bullying. Maybe bullying in the internet. Read about that a lot. Maybe bullying in social media, Facebook, etc. Wait, there's a word for that, isn't there? Yeah, cyberbullying. Okay, making progress. Maybe something on cyberbullying and social media. Sweet, now what? Remember that in a research paper, you are creating an argument, staking out and defending a position on your topic. So what's next? Try taking your idea and putting it into a single topic sentence. For ideas to help you, Google or other search engines can be a great source. Search engines, as we'll talk about more in subsequent modules, have limited use as sources for academic writing like this, but they're a great source of ideas and a good place to start. For example, let's take a quick look around Google for cyberbullying and social media. Well, looky here. Seems cyberbullying and social media has caused suicides. That's some serious stuff. What's being done about this? What can be done? What should be done? Wait, do you feel the topic sense coming on here? Maybe something like, what steps are being taken to prevent cyberbullying in social media? Dang, what good. Okay, here's what we've got covered so far. You understand your research assignment, what's expected of you, and how much time you have to do it. You've kicked around some ideas and boiled it all down to a topic, sentence, or question from which you'll develop an argument that will be your paper. You need to go and get 2 credible sources you will use to support your argument. In our next module, you'll learn about the open and closed web and how to use library resources to get the best sources for your paper. Oh, and those citations files your professor is requiring? Don't worry about that just yet. We'll get to that too. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next installment.
Thank you very much. Now, let's go back to watch this, and you know something about what's being said here. What's the topic sentence? What's the topic of interest? Now let's put this in the context of our first learning contract. Now all of you must have done something with your learning contract number 1, because you know that by the end of this week you need to submit something. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the topic discussion forum of week number 4. And I'm going to add do you know what to do? Well, you can tell us from which reading list, out of the 4 weeks reading list, you have already selected your topic of interest. It could be a question, definitely is a question. And then what you need to do is to give us your topic sentence for the topic of your interest. Okay? So this is the minimum thing I expect each one of you to do in response to the video you have just watched in context of information literacy. Is a research assignment, LC01, learning contract number 1. So spend about 3 to 5 minutes time doing the response for this first, and in the meantime, I'm going to take attendance for today, all right? Yes, feel free to talk with your learning member to come up with your topic of interest. And basically, each one of you in your pair must have your choice at this point, must have a victor choice at this point. So why not talk about this? We're going to do a roll call for attendance today. Hania, thank you very much. Prodia, not here. Ada, thank you. Andy Learn, Andy is not here. Ryan Wong, thank you. Jenny Yu, thank you. Jackie Wong, thank you. White Park, thank you. C Ho, thank you. Man Fong, not here yet. And then Beatrice, thank you. Fish, thank you. Angela, not here today. Okay. Eureka, thank you. Wing Yum, thank you. Ruby, thank you. And then C, thank you. Lisa, thank you. Locka, thank you. Stephen, thank you. Terrence, not here today. Okay. Winnie, good. Winnie, thank you. Then Tom, thank you. Dixon, thank you. Winnie Ho, not here today. Okay. Gideon, thank you. Grant, thank you. Michelle, thank you. And then Annie, thank you. Sydney, thank you. Neon, thank you. All right. Ryan Lamb, thank you. Lester, thank you. Calvin, May, thank Hanson. Thank you. Jessica. Zikin. Thank you. Chanyu. Thank you. Iris. Thank you very much. Any person whose name has not been called? No? Okay, that's good. Let's get back to the discussion forum and see how many entering do we have. Not yet. Okay, I'll give you some more time, all right? So you need to have, put down something. For example, you have chosen a particular journal to be submitted by the end of this week. So where does that journal's topic come from? Which reading list? You just need to copy and paste here. And then which information item have we chosen to explore for that question? Just put it here. And then you share the topic sentence, okay? The first thing you need to write, introduce the topic of your interest. All right, let's do something here. How many of you have not done all of these at all? It's okay, you still have a few more days. But you need to have some choices, right? We have 4 reading lists for each of the previous 4 weeks. And you can study each reading list. In each reading list, there are a number of questions. And you need to select at least one question in order to start out your assignment. And after you have selected that question, you need to start looking for information for that question. And you can see immediately below the question the number of information items there, and you need to select one to start with. And so that is the basic information. And after that, you need to provide your topic sentence. That is very important for you to get started with writing your journals. Okay? Observations, interpretations, and applications. All right? Now that you have your topic, what are you going to do? Well, perhaps you need some more feedback or input. So let's get into day number 8. Now that I know what I want, how do I find what I need? Now that is information literacy. You have chosen a question from one of the reading lists, and you have chosen an information item under the question. What else do you need? So let's get started. Wait.
Hello, and welcome to the Mercy College Library's Information Literacy Module Series. In this module, you will learn the difference between search engines and databases, how to develop a search strategy for your research paper or project, how to access databases using the library website, and how to use database tools to refine and focus your search. Ready? Let's get started. Search engines are open web-based search tools such as Google, Yahoo, or Bing that help you locate information available on the World Wide Web. You're probably very familiar with those. Databases use the internet to search for information too, but use a restricted part of the web to store information that is off limits to search engines like Google. This portion of the web is sometimes referred to as the closed or dark web, where search engines troll the free and open web where anyone can post anything. Databases search a much more controlled environment of information that has been checked for validity and reliability, what we call authoritative sources. The authority of the sources you use to support your research paper or project is crucial. If you think of your project or paper as building a house, your sources are its foundation. If your foundation is strong, the house is solid. If your foundation is weak, your house may collapse. Before we jump in on databases, let's do a bit more preparation. Another difference between databases and search engines is how you communicate with them. Where Google can gobble up whole sentences of natural language queries, databases relate better to what we call keywords, the essential terms in what you're searching for. When first dealing with databases, this is maybe the most challenging difference from a search engine like Google. But here's the upside. As you get a handle on databases, you will find that using keywords is one of the tools you can use to give you much more relevant and focused results. Think about it. When was the last time a Google search returned less than a gazillion results? Our natural language Google search on cyberbullying, for example, returned 539,000 results. Yeah, that's right. The fast track to information overload and, well, let's just say you got to get up real early to go through that many results. Let's look at our topic question. What steps are being taken to prevent cyberbullying in social media? All right, let's break this down. Good. Now let's take these keywords and plug them into a database to see what happens. Let's start with a reference database. If your professor says, "No Wikipedia," for your research project, not to worry. Your library's got you covered. So let's take a look at Credo Reference, a good reference database accessible from the library website, which you can reach from the Mercy College homepage, mercy.edu, then mouse over Academics, scroll down to Libraries, and that will take you to the library homepage. Then scroll down to the research column there in the center. Select Find Articles by Subject. This is a listing that's going to give you all of the databases by subject or your major. It helps you find which databases have strengths in a particular field. It also, off to the left, lists our most popular, our heavy hitters, which includes Credo Reference, the big reference database. So, let's take a look to see how our keywords may fare in a database like this. So, we click on Advanced Search, which is going to give us a few more options, and we put in cyberbullying up top, because that's our main keyword. Then in an exact phrase, we can enter 2 words or more, and you see there's social media, but also there's social media or social networking, which is actually something that might give us a few more options on the return. So let's go with that, see what happens. Click search, and not an overwhelming number of results, but we did get 9. And as you see there, we have cyberbullying, we have cyber internet offenses, cyber stalking. That looks interesting. And then scrolling back up here, off to the left, just to point out briefly, you'll see how the database tries to focus these articles into a way that makes them easier for you to determine what you want. Let's click on cyberbullying just to see what it gives us there, and you see it gives us a little sort of introduction to the article. If that looks interesting, you can click on the link to give you the complete text. Over on the right side, right here, you'll see a number of little tools that are with every article. It will give you an email option, a PDF option, a save option, a share option. Down at the bottom, these are the citation styles that you can choose. You see you have an option of APA, MLA. So Credo will also fix you up that way as well. Credo Reference has given us a good start. Now let's check out one more database for a wider range of information sources. All right, now let's look at another database, a general purpose database, again accessible through the Mercy College homepage, mouse over Academics, down to Libraries. Then in the center column there, look for the second link to find articles by subject. Then the general listing off to the top left there. You see where we chose Credo last time. Now we're going to look at ProQuest All Collections. This is a database, actually it's 16 databases in one. and can be a nice one-stop shop for your article search. As you see, we have our keywords laid out there and ready to go. We have cyberbullying up top. We have social media or social networking as we used before. This time we have them placed within quotation marks, which will tell the database only bring back those words exactly as they appear within the quotations. I'm going to click on the full text, which will give us just that, and I'm going to leave everything else off. Click search. Let's see what happens. Well, 2,420 results. More than the 9 that Credo gave us, but less than the 569,000 that Google gave us. Also, you'll note over here on the right that ProQuest will bring back a number of different types of articles. And you see there the magazines, there are 118 magazines. I think I want to go there. I want to see what we have on these keywords in magazines that ProQuest found for us. So just scrolling down, looking for titles that may be interesting. And you see the keywords are highlighted there. Look at number 6. How to stop the bullies. Yes. Click on the title. It will bring you to the abstract page. The abstract is a summary of the article, which can be helpful. If that looks promising, then you can kind of scan the article there. You see there's the full text, and you can see where the highlighted keywords show up. If you prefer the PDF version, which will look more like a photocopy of the original, that's also available. And you see it has email, print, and the handy cite option. Click on that, and yes, ProQuest will cite that article in the style of choice. There's APA, there's MLA, whatever you want, you just tell it, it does it. You can also email yourself the article, which also offers you the opportunity to include at the bottom the citation in any particular style that you want. So, ProQuest will do this with every article. It's a very useful, very user-friendly database, and along with Credo, maybe all you need for your project. If you find you need more help, check the supplementary sources available in Blackboard or ask a Mercy College librarian for help. Okay, here's what we've covered in this module. We've learned about the basic differences between search engines and databases. We developed keywords from our topic question to focus our database search. We accessed and searched 2 databases through the library website to locate valid, authoritative outside sources for your research project. And we learned that additional information is available through the Module Companion site, available through your Blackboard course or asking the Mercy College librarian. In our next module, we'll learn about how to credit your outside sources and how to avoid plagiarism, which is a big dark hole you definitely don't want to fall into. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next installment.
Wow, thank you very much for excellent introductions by these professors from Mercy College. Now remember, when I invite you to do a journal for the topic of your interest, one of the important steps in the journal is the I step, interpretations. The O, observations, the I, interpretations, and the A, applications. And when you do the I, interpretations, often enough you need to provide yourself questions, smaller questions to explore the topic which you have chosen. And why do you need questions? Because those questions that help you to pinpoint what do you want to find out for that specific topic. And often enough, when we have questions, we want to know something more about the attributes behind the keywords. And so we need to search for information. Now, according to the information given here, if your professors would like you to look for sources which are outside of the sources already given to you in the assignment, you need to look it up and find some excellent sources on the whole. And where do you find it? Often enough, we go to Google, which is a search engine, or we go to .hi, which is another search engine,
or we go to Yahoo, which is yet another search engine. But do not forget that you are studying at a university, and at the University of Macau, we do have a library, and the library is well equipped with resources, electronic and hard copy, which is very much similar to the library website you see here at Mercy College. And one of the databases they introduced, the Postgres, which is actually the combinations of more than 16 databases of information. So, since we have such good resources at hand, you just need to go to the library webpage and go to the Postgres and look it up on your own. And how do you capture those resources? One thing that is very simple and is illustrated by the professors is you email the resources back to your own email account. And according to what format? Well, APA or MLA, and according to the guideline of this course, we are adopting APA format. So you can do that, APA format, select it and email to you, and then you got one source. So what you need to learn is, you learn how to use the database, which is available at the University of Macau Library. You need to learn how to email the resources back to you. And once you got the email, you need to learn how to copy the resource back into your journals. All right? So you need to learn all of these. These are the practical steps. And today, which is one step further to enhance your information literacy skills. All right? So let us go back now to check on, to see if we got some responses. Wow, we get to have some responses. Okay, I'm going to give you now 5 minutes, and I'm not going to show you anything. Please use your mobile devices. At least provide me something which you're going to use as the submissions artifact for this week, okay? You need to submit your journals, right? So you need to tell me from which reading list you've selected journal topic, which questions, and which information item you've selected from the reading list. Now remember, you work as a pair, but you and your pair member must select a different topic. So you two cannot share the same topic, okay? Each pair member must have a different question from your fellow member. Now it's your time to do some writing, all right? I will be waiting for you, and I'm going to check it at the end of 5 to 10 minutes. Okay? Thank you very much. Yes. No, you have to select at least one question from one of the reading lists. You cannot choose anything other than that. You can choose anything other than that as a supplementary, but the core topic must be chosen from the reading list. Okay? That is very important. Remember, you must choose your topic. That means the questions from the reading list. That is very important for this course. Okay? The reading list, it's very much decided based on the topics of interest we're going to explore in this course. Okay? You can select any other topic, not from the reading list, after you have done your portions according to the reading list. Yes? Sure, but the module also, the information of the module must come from the reading list, because the reading list is the pool of resources you need to learn. You cannot bypass the reading list. You must, because in the reading list, if you will study module 4, that was this one, you go to the reading list, it's about module 4. So you must study the reading list first. two of you in your pair must conduct discussion using the pair online discussion forum. And your online discussion forum must have something to indicate that you did perform the discussions. Because when you copy, the discussion detail is directly from your online peer discussion forum. That is artifact number 2, if I remember correctly. There are 6 artifacts to submit. Artifact number 2 requires of you to copy your discussion detail directly from the peer discussion forum into Microsoft Word document. And the detail you copy must belong to your question, your topic of interest. There should be 2 sets of discussion detail in each peer discussion forum for this learning contract. One belongs to your topic, the other belongs to your partner's topic. Okay? So, and it must be in the form of OIA, and your partner is going to respond to OIA. And definitely, in order to help your partner to understand your set of OIA, your topic sentence is very important. Yes. Yes, I will give you time. I'll find it. We have sharing today, as I am reminded by students. So let me go to the list here. We'll give you time to do the sharing in about 5 minutes. So let's take a look at this. So, Helia, you're going to share today, and Dixon is going to share today, 2 persons, right? So, I'm going to give you time in about 5 minutes, all right? We should have enough time to give you the share. So, Helia is going to go first, and then Dixon, according to the order. Divided into 2 segments. Yes. It really depends. You have to decide because you may have done many meetings, but you want to summarize it into 1 meeting minute. So in your meeting minute, you might say it's a condensed summary of 3 meetings and the date of the meetings and the details of the meetings. Okay. 1 is good. It's okay. It takes some time, all right? So that means you have not started yet, according to my impressions, okay? Now, another thing I would like to remind you before I pass the microphone to the students who would like to share today is this. Normally, at the end of each learning contract, I would have a questionnaire, okay? The questionnaire must be filled out by each student to indicate your experience of learning in the first learning contract. This questionnaire is designed to be open to you this Saturday and Sunday, okay? So on this weekend, besides doing the submission, you are obliged to complete this questionnaire, okay? Very important. You cannot complete it today, it must be done on Saturday and Sunday. That means after almost all the work has been finished. Okay, now, may I invite Helia to come here to do the sharing for us. So this is Helia's PowerPoint, all right? And then we have Dixon. Now remember, for those of you who have done your in-class sharing, keep a good record of your in-class sharing.
Here we go. Let's give some big hand to Kelly.
Okay, maybe you can use my mic.
Can you get it?
Yes.
Good morning, everybody. Today my sharing topic is digital divide. Let me tell you what is digital divide. First, you can see this all electronic products and this one person that I own all this. And on the other side, someone said, none I have, even just one. This is called digital divide. That means somebody else in the world that have resources and somebody else don't have. So this is called digital divide. And have you ever imagined a life without a computer, your laptop, or your cell phone? Someone else does. You can look at this side in Africa, Asia, or something like South America. There are only about not more than 5 computers per 100 people. So that means, or maybe 100 people, they don't have even one computer. That means that digital divide become a global problem. So how to bridge the digital divide? As an individual, we can first share our resources. That means bring them the resources for free, like you have your iPad, you can share with your classmates that they don't have. And as the communities, what can they do? They can renew their resources to a new one that them can use. It may be more cheaper because this is renewed by the old things. And on our side, we can install the service panel network, like what Dr. Brad said. We can buy the little umbrella that open here, that in this area person they can got the same information from the little umbrella. As the government, what we can do is develop the technologies and network using. We can let the residents get more information and build up the real length of internet. Also, as the government can do is to generate the common sense of using internet that can build up the common sense of residents using internet and make them offline to online. What we can do, both government, communities, and individuals, we can not only educate them to how to use the computer, how to use the laptop, how to use the iPad to get them online and communicate with us online. So for the bridge means bring the resources for free, renew the old one, install the service panel network, develop the intelligent internet network, and generate the common sense and educate them. So here is my reference, and here is 2 videos that about digital divide and digital gap in Africa. If you are interested, you can watch them. And this is my reference from Wikipedia, and here is the organization. If you want to help the one who don't have the resources, you can click on the site and donate some money for them. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Talia. So Dixon, are you the next person? So you can go directly to the podium and continue from Talia's presentations. Thank you very much, Talia, once again. Thank you, Dixon.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dixon. Today I want to introduce international information technology. Many people think information technology can improve our life and help us save a lot of time. But I think it also has a harm. For example, it will influence our communication. And because the information technology is very developed, have a lot of apps on the telephone, like WeChat, Facebook, WhatsApp. Many people only use these apps communication with people, so they didn't know how to communication with. They didn't know how to face-to-face communication with people. For example, when you go to eat something with your friends, they only pay and watch their telephone, load any communication. Load any communication. Why you not stay at home and eat by yourself? And second, many children always play the online game, and even without sleeping and eating. They did not know how to communication with their parents, only play the game. So, in my view, I think information technology also, although can improve our life, but also it have the public harm. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dixon. We thank our two students, both Dixon's and Elliot, for sharing with us their learning or preparations of topic as of last week. So let's get back to our discussions for information literacy today, where I hope that you got some ideas of how to put IL, information literacy, to practical and productive use for you, particularly when you're doing your research assignment. And in the first learning contract, it starts out by choosing your topic of interest, okay? Your topic of interest here in the first learning contract comes from very much your choices from the individual reading list, okay? So we go here, we have a reading list for the semester. So the reading list tells you something about your learning in this course. So what we are talking about is the first 4 reading lists, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in each reading list, there's some questions that you need to choose by yourself. For example, in the first reading list, we have 2 questions. What is information security? What is information privacy? You may want to choose neither of these 2 questions, then you might move to reading list number 2. So in reading list number 2, we have question, again 2 questions. What is information technology? What is knowledge society? So if one of these questions interests you, you might start doing your topics here by choosing one of the information item here to start off your exploration. Now, if these 2 questions are not of your interest again, you can come to reading list for week number 3. Here we have what is ethics in the information age, what is social responsibility in the information age, and what is digital divide in the 21st century. So one of these could be your topic. Now again, if this is not your topic, you still have week number 4 to choose. In week number 4, you have the questions of what is information literacy and what is information competency. Now, it's a very good question for you to understand the meaning of IL and the meanings of IC. What's the difference between literacy and competency? Well, competency normally refers to a state of being able to do this. It's a skill, okay, well recognized by people, okay? Literacy is a state of being, okay? You are ready to be literate, but you may not have the competency to acquire a particular skill yet, okay? So these are the questions that each one of you need to select one, okay, from the 4 reading lists that I've shown you. And then after you've selected a specific question, for example this one, you need to pick one of these information items to start with, your exploration. And then you need to write your OIA, and you need to come up with your topic sentence. Okay,
let's come back here to see if we got something. That means we need to help you. Okay? You have not made a choice yet. Okay? Do you know how to do that? Respond, reply, and then you copy and paste your questions there. Right? So since you are supposed to submit your artifact by the end of this week, it will be a little bit hard if you have not made a choice yet. Okay? You still have to do the discussions, you still have to do the report writing, and finally your blog. Okay? So, but anyway, this is something I've yet to see. All right? So let's move on to the last part of our discussions here. So the last part of our discussions on information literacy here is this, okay? We have already got, suppose you have already got a topic and you did something about your topic and you have already searched the database for some extra references for a topic. Now is your time to give credit to your sources. For example, according to our report writing guideline, you need to sign them using the APA format. So let's move to the last part of today's discussions.
Hello, and welcome to the Mercy College Library's Information Literacy Module Series. In this module, you will learn about plagiarism, what it is and how to avoid it, citations and bibliography, using and crediting outside sources in your own text, and the ALA and MLA citation styles. Ready? Let's get started. What is plagiarism? Well, simply put, plagiarism is taking someone else's work and trying to pass it off as your own. Now, back in the day, the lines were more obvious. You took something that wasn't yours, it was stealing.
You realize what would happen if I hand in my homework in your handwriting? I'll get kicked out of school.
But in today's mashup culture, where sampling and sharing are commonplace, the lines have become much more blurred. In academic writing, though, using someone else's work without credit is still a no-no. A big no-no. A great, big, honking, ugly no-no. Plagiarism can get you busted in a number of ways, and none of them are good. Failing your paper, failing the class, put on academic probation, even expulsion from the college. In short, something to be avoided. As a rule of thumb to stay safe, anything in your paper or project that had any help or support from an outside source, credit the source. Let's take a look at the most common instances of crediting outside sources in your research paper or project that you're likely to come across. For this, let's call upon the fine folks at Purdue University's Online Writing Lab, or OWL. See how I just credited a source there? Okay, let's look at in-text citations, paraphrasing, summary, and quotations. A word on these acronyms and citation styles, APA, MLA. What do those mean? Well, APA and MLA are two of the most popular citation styles you'll be working with. APA is the style of the American Psychological Association and is used primarily in the sciences. MLA is the style of the Modern Language Association and is used primarily in the arts and humanities. As your academic careers progress and you get further into your majors, you may encounter other more specialized styles, but APA and MLA are the two most common. So let's take a quick look at how the OWL site can help you sort of cut through some of this confusion of how to format certain in-text citations. If you're working in the APA style, as you see, just select APA and then scroll down here and you'll see that the OWL site not only tells you, but it shows you exactly how to lay out your short quotations, your long quotations, your summary or paraphrase. The nice thing about it is that you can just make yours look like this, and you'll be fine. Working in MLA instead, not a problem. Just switch over to MLA style, then go to the Formatting and Style Guide, and then to MLA in text citations, and it will show you the same information, but it will give it to you in the MLA style. So again, very, very helpful site. But wait, there's more. In addition to all this citation stuff in the body of your paper or project, there's also the bibliography page that lists alphabetically the complete citations for all of the sources you've used in your paper or project. So again, the OWL site is one that can help you through this part of the process. If you're using MLA, the MLA bibliography is called a Works Cited page, and OWL has an entire Works Cited page worked up here for you, and it includes books, magazines, newspapers, journal articles, just about anything. DVDs are in there. Anything you can think of is going to be there, and it's all formatted correctly, of course. So it's called Works Cited. If you're using MLA, just go and make your page look like this. If it's APA you're doing, well, click over to the APA style, and the APA bibliography is called a reference page. As you can see, citing your sources correctly involves a lot of detail and can be more than a bit frustrating. After our quick review, I'll point you to some additional sources of information to help. But first, let's review what we've covered in this module. We learned about plagiarism, what it is and how to avoid it. We learned about the different styles of citations crediting your sources in the body of your research paper or project. We learned what APA and MLA mean and what subjects these styles generally apply to. We learned about your bibliography page that lists all of your sources alphabetically at the end of your paper or project. Whew, that was a lot. Here are some additional sources that can help you with your citations and citation style. In addition to Purdue's OWL site, there are a number of style guide templates available on the open web. One being EasyBib, which is very popular and embedded in a number of databases, including Credo and ProQuest. Do keep in mind that if you use MLA, it's free. If you use APA, you gotta pay. So that is something to keep in mind, for which we recommend the Son of Citation Machine, which is free for both APA and MLA. So you see, you just select the style you want, APA for example, and then what is it you're citing? A book, a web page, a journal perhaps? Select that. Type in the information from the citation, and then Son of Citation Machine will set the style for you. Also in MLA as well. If you'd rather just talk to an actual human being, come on down to the library at any time and talk to a Mercy reference librarian. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next installment.
Well, after this 3 episodes of helping you to put information literacy into the context of your research assignment, I hope you got a better understanding of how we're going to make the best use of information literacy skills. And definitely, do remember the Discover method in information literacy. Now, may I ask you one important question? You know that this is the 4th week of the semester, okay? And you know that this is also the end of the first learning contract period. So what are you supposed to do by this weekend? You need to submit your artifacts for learning contract number 1. It's one of the 3 major submissions in the semester. So if you miss the submissions, that means you're going to lose the 10 semester points. Now you may not get all the 10 semester points, but if you don't ever submit your work, you are telling me that you may lose the points. Okay? Although we might have bonus project later, but it's better not to lose the points. So remember, you need to complete the artifacts for the first learning contracts and submit them before the end of this Sunday. Okay? And you also need to complete a questionnaire for the first learning contract and complete it during Saturday and Sunday. It shall be closed beyond Sunday. And please do not delay the submissions beyond this Sunday. Alright? And you will have a bookmark there in your submission that is late submission. It's not very good. So I hope I'm going to see you next Monday with all your submissions, and then I start giving you feedback. You will see the assessment for the first learning contract individually, and then you will see the feedback over there. Okay? So I see you next Monday, and if you have questions you want to ask me, you can stay behind and ask me until 11:30. All right? So that's it for this morning's CISG 113 Section 1 Information Security and Privacy on September the 18th, 2014. Until next Monday, when we enter the 5th week of the semester. Stay in tune.